This is fast becoming one of my favorite segments of Mark Rogers TV, the viewer comments. We look at April. We received 116 comments in April. We whittled it down to like 10 or 12. And in honor of David Letterman, we'll give it one of those. Okay, in response to Michigan State Spring Report, Navy Thomas 8. Navy Thomas 8 doing a fabulous job writing in to Mark Rogers TV. Navy Thomas 8 probably wrote 115 of the 116 comments. He says they better worry about the defense. They don't have the old guru around anymore. That's referring to the new Pitt head coach, longtime Michigan State defensive coordinator Pat Narduzzi. All right, on Texas A&M rivalry, Hendrickson T182. Great videos, Mark. You really deserve more attention and views. Keep up the good work. No, you keep up the good work, Hendrickson T182. Thanks for writing that in. All right, top 5 SEC safeties. In response, Arthur Roche, R-O-C-H-E. I think the Georgia secondary should be the best in the league this year. They were very young last year and still performed really well. I think they were first in the league in passing yardage allowed, but I'm not sure. You can always look that up. I am looking forward to watching them fly around and make plays with that linebacker core. Hopefully, we will not need to score 40 points to win like the last several years. Ha ha! Go Dogs. Okay, 3 yards in the cloud. Elizabeth Sturdivant, who we had on the show. Check out her site. It's 3 yards in the cloud. So this is in response to our interview with her. Okay. BB6659. Elizabeth is very smart. Probably too smart to have her on my show. Makes me look bad. She's very smart and knows her football. Check her out on her site. Plus, she's a super awesome person. I wish somebody would say that about me. Okay, in response to the UConn Spring Football Report, Navy Thomas 8, I couldn't keep you out. Just one more from you. That's about 8 M's. And I thought UConn was just a girls' basketball school. LOL. Big Ten non-conference preview. J.T. Burton writes, definitely impressive. Oh, and I do think Michigan is the toughest non-conference schedule in the Big Ten. State with only Oregon, meaning Michigan State. Ohio, this must be a Michigan fan. He is, J.T. Burton, calling Ohio State, Ohio. Doesn't really play anyone. Virginia Tech, big deal. Congrats on iTalk SEC. That's our deal with Scott Moore and company down there in Destin, Florida with iTalk SEC. So yeah, J.T. Burton, you got to give up the Ohio talk. That was a Brady Hoke thing, and it never really was that impressive. Matthew Bandusky, that Ohio State-Virginia Tech game, I believe, will be a real big game for both teams. I believe the Tech is therefore item to win the Coastal, considering maybe a little typo there, how their team imploded with injuries during the season last year. And I think this game will tell us a lot about Ohio State's quest for perfection, being that they should be a big favorite and hyped to be invincible. Florida State last year started out with a whimper against Oklahoma State. Not a bang, and that trend continued throughout the season. All right. Okay, let's go to our Washington Spring Report. The Monster Stacks writes, I have a really good feeling about Washington this year. I asked him why, and the Monster Stacks did not respond. Top 5 SEC cornerbacks. Jeremy Campbell writes, just found your channel today, and I'm already loving it. Good for you, Jeremy Campbell. Keep up the great work. Great work? Thought it was just good work. Hendrickson T182. It's great work. Anyway, we could get in touch. I'm a graphic designer. Look at the set. Look at the graphics I already have. They're first rate. How could they possibly get any better? All right. J.T. Burton, another faithful viewer, writes some great comments. I'm going to have to pare this down because this is basically a scouting report on the Michigan spring game. Besides a few expected mistakes, the defense looked really good. They'll be top 5 defense, I have no doubts. There's a lot of talent and apparently more depth than I thought. O-line, a bit rough on the ground game, but I want to put that on them being split up for the game. Yeah, my biggest issue was all the drops. Morris would have been looking at it like 75% completion percentage. At least it's happening in April. On and on and on. Reed JT Burton's comments to my videos. They're very insightful. If you love Michigan football, check out any Michigan post that I put out there, and JT Burton will comment very insightfully. And finally, in the Michigan spring game, we've got Let's Play PC. My thought after watching the spring game was, bring on Jake Rudock. Blah. Blah. B-L-E-H. Blah. I thought that the O-line quietly played very well in the second half of last year, but quarterback play was so terrible, didn't make the difference. They got 27 first downs against OSU, thanks to a pretty good ground game. They had trouble handling Joey Bosa. There's no shame in that. The dude's a stud. All right, folks, 116 comments in April. We appreciate it because we know it's pretty much the dead point of college football, and we're going to continue here in May and see what we round up. All right, appreciate the viewer comments. Catch you next time on Mark Rogers TV.